will study IELTS reading from book number 16, some of the questions. Now here you can see as reading strategies plan regarding weekly and weekly basis. First of all, building reading habits and skimming and scanning technique. Now, what is mean by skimming and scanning technique? Skimming and scanning means that we should be a little sharp reader. Skimming scanning, when you just look at the paragraph and the idea is clear to you, that is called skimming and scanning. And if you read a paragraph but you forget it directly after reading it, so that is not skimming and scanning. So we should understand how to skim paragraph. When we read, how to skim that. This is important in IELTS reading section. Next, read an academic article. This is really very important. Some students don't understand it, like they only concerned with the Cambridge books. Now, it is fine if you understand and if you only focus to Cambridge books, but besides that, if you read other books, so it is very, very, very important for developing your understanding ability regarding reading section, because reading is all about understanding. If the person is understanding any question or paragraph, so it means the answer will be are correct out of 40 out of 40, 40 out of 40, right? Or 30 plus. Now that means that yeah, at here reading Cambridge books are only for the reason to check your level, to assess your level, either you are ready for that or not. For instance, right now we will go through one of the book and then we will see, but those books are again for our examination, not for the purpose to improve. Yes, we also do a little improvement, not more. So for IELTS reading, what is the best improvement strategy? To read different books, to read your interest side. Sometimes you go for your storybook or novel book or newspaper, or because in IELTS Cambridge, this IELTS test examinations, you see when I will share with you other past papers in the 2024, and I will share one website with you. When you see all the varieties of past papers there, they give you different kind of articles, sometimes like geographical articles, sometimes like scientific articles, sometimes like political, a little touch having, right, like a news the kind of like research work regarding any country. So different articles are different strategies of paragraphs or passages, means that we must be good reader, then we can get very good score in that. Now, next is The Guardian, National Geographic. Like any of them is acceptable, we must read it. And the words that we don't know, we should underline those words and we should keep a kind of like notebook for ourselves to make a diary and to make a note of those specific vocab to understand and to remember for the next moment, right? So the first strategy in week one, that we either are only concerned and stick with the Cambridge books, or beside that we also are studying BBC or any other books too. If you are, so that is well and good. If you are not, so unfortunately you are not on the strategy, because you are not on the track. Because again, I'm repeating, IELTS reading Cambridge books are only for the reason to check your level, not to improve your level. Yes, a little improvement is possible, not more. A little improvement means like in or in 1 month or 2 months, you can improve from 21 MCQs to 28 hardly. That means from 5.5 you can improve to 6.5, a little harder within 2 months approximately, if you study only from Cambridge book. But if you study from other books like this kind of a difficult vocab books, Cambridge books are any novella book, novel book, or story book, or your interest level books, business idea book, right? Then you will see how far you improve, right? So for that reason, you should go for the other varieties of sources too. Next, day 3 and 4. First 2 day, you should in your timetable add a new book. A new book. First of all, a new book you edit. Now, day 3 and 4, what you do should regarding reading section, practice the skimming technique. What does it mean? Finding the main idea. Like when I ask you what is paragraph, you will say paragraph means one idea. Now each paragraph has a specific style and structure. Like for example, I show you. Now see this. If I'm having it here with good luck. 1 minute. Yes. Yes, here. Now, each paragraph has a specific style and approach. Some paragraphs start from main idea, some start from explanation and share main idea at the end. Some share main idea in the mid. So the main idea is our concern information we are supposed to look for and to take it out from the paragraph. So when you read a paragraph, you should try to first of all skim and scan, like to just go through that and pick the main information. Next strategy, day 3 and 4, your concern is skimming. If you understood skimming, this means you understood reading. Personally, I have seen some students, those who read with eyes reading, not with mouth and lips and tongue. What I mean to say that they don't waste time by reading once and then again and then again and again and again and still forgetting and not getting the idea. So we people mostly make reading for ourselves by our own to make it a little difficult and challenging. So to not make it a little difficult, we are requested and suppose you all that you should, along with skimming, to read with eyes, a quick reading, and along with that, finding the main idea. This is our challenge. In each single paragraph, what is the main idea? Instead of looking here and there, right? This is called skimming and scanning. This is the first strategy. Wherever you see, wherever you search, and like in every website, you will see that the in reading first strategy are the basic, most important strategy. You will see this term skimming and scanning, but student unfortunately are not following it, right? So do follow it to read quickly and to understand directly, and just by focusing and attention. Now, finding specific details using IELTS passages. Specific details like specific idea, what the idea was used in this specific sentence. Then day 5, the first week strategy, you should add these things in your timetable and your reading abilities. First, number 1, to read a separate book, any other book. Number 2, to practice on skimming technique to directly understand first paragraph. Sometimes students, when how I understand that this student is 5 less band or 6 plus band student, when the student read a paragraph and again he needs to read it again for the reason to share an idea. If he does not share idea after reading a single time, so it means he is not a student of 8 band or 7 plus. So for this reason, you are requested to make yourself a little sharper and to read it once and to understand it. Next, quick complete one full IELTS reading section under time condition, 20 minutes per passage. Yes, at initial stage, 20 minutes per passage should be taken. Now, what the student face the difficulty regarding time management, this is also the reason because of not following skimming and scanning. Skimming and scanning means you pass through the paragraph, you got an idea. And without skimming and scanning, you read the paragraph, you again read, you again read, you again read, you again read, and when you jump to the question, you forgot what you read. So at here, this skimming and scanning, and then 20 minutes, and then 8 band, 7 plus band for IELTS reading section, you should read a first passage in 15 minutes, along with solving all questions. This is called skimming and scanning. It's not possible naturally, to be very honest, right? Like directly improving to this level, but by doing reading in style and approach of practicing this term, then it is possible. Otherwise it's not possible. And this what I mean, you understood that to see paragraph and you understood. If you can't, so still there is a kind of practice required for this part, right? To skim. Next, analyze mistakes, learn new vocab, like where you are making mistakes, which the specific kind of question you are making mistake. Actually, the strategies of the 4-week strategy for a 1-month strategy for IELTS reading section is regarding this specifically for IELTS. So analyze mistake, like which specific kind of question is troublemaker for you. You become troubleshooter for that, right? To sort out the mistakes in that. Next strategy we see for week number 2 here in reading schedule, that understand question type and time management. Question tab. Like for instance, fill in the blanks might take a little less time. Matching column might take a little more time. Heading finding might take a little extra time, right? True false might take a very, very short time. True false. True false not given means very short time should be given. If you spend a lot of time here, so it means again your reading strategy is wrong. right? So because those are easily finding answer questions. Now day 1 2, again in week 2, your next stability and habit should be added. If you focus and stick with only the Cambridge book, and again then throw the book and then again sit next day for listening or speaking part, you think about that and Cambridge books this and then you think to book exam and other things. So this means that you are not taking it with a consistent improvement this IELTS reading section. So that's why you should aid these kind of like activities and habits in your personality regarding improvement of reading section. Now they want to for reading week 2, focus on matching heading. Matching heading in second week. True, false, not given, also in second week. First, make yourself ready for the reading part. Directly do not jump to IELTS Cambridge books. If you are already doing from past, so very good, no problem. But if you have not touched much, if you have not gone through more than 3 books, 11, 12, 13, like 11 to 19 books are 100% necessary and mandatory, you have to cover. After that, ask me, the students, those who improve from 2.5 to 6.5, they also not only go from Cambridge books, they do go from recent exam. They then ask me that to share some other tests, then I share my personal 40 tests. Then after that they ask again me, so again then I again share 20 to 30 tests, then again. So but meanwhile their exam reach. But unfortunately some students stick only to Cambridge books and they don't understand like how to improve, right? So the reading needs a little dot, not even a little, a more hard work and a specific way to approach that. Otherwise, in reading, sometimes we also face students, those who without any single technique, they get 8 plus without a single technique on the very first day. And the reason behind that is that they, in their past background, they will be having a kind of concern, they will be having a kind of affiliation with reading module. So reading module means to read daily, and speaking module means to speak daily, right? So this is the ability which we'll be going to observe. Now paraphrasing practice in week day number 2. Sorry, this is suddenly unfortunate, 1 minute. Yeah, in week 2, focus on matching heading. Focus on matching heading, true, false, not given. More focus should be given to these 2 questions remaining on first 2 days. Remaining part passage should be also done completely. Then day 3 and 4, I will share this lecture. Practice multiple choice and sentence completion. More focus should be given to sentence completion and multiple choice question, right? Meanwhile, matching heading questions, the first week you can also improve. If you take it with a little strategy and also focus on single question more comparatively to the whole passage, 11 kind of question, fill in the blank, sentence completion, true, false, and matching columns and all other kind now and diagram, this will create again a trouble for you. So focus more on one variety of question more first week, then more another week, then more next week, or either 2 kind of question, then 3 kind of question. 1 week my this challenge will be for this kind of question, still facing problem, again watch lecture, watch idea from like from any sort, ask me, ask your friend, again after discussion, then again go to that, right? And you will see a little improvement and then more improvement, and you at time will incline to your level that you will not make a single mistake in kind of this. But this matching heading more important to create your understanding. Next, practice multiple and this. Then after day 5, second week, take 1 full IELTS reading test for approximately 60-minute limit, right? Day 5 in second week, your target should be this must be also very quick, right? Because in IELTS, and preparation scenario, if you make any kind of other exam too, for a reason like, for instance, you think that I will give when I will be ready. So this ready and this give will never come. If you keep a date, either you book it, either you keep it in a mind intention that I will appear this moment a month ago, after a month, or after 2 months, or after 3, a specific date. Now, for instance, for myself, I have kept approximately 5 June. 5 June, I will appear. And before that, I will read many different books beside IELTS Cambridge books, right? For my own self. And the target is 8 to 9. Now, for yourself, this must be also a kind of like target that this moment I will appear. And for this reason, for this time, until this I have to do in this very way, a strategy. Otherwise, if you are wasting a single day, so you are not serious, by the way. Now, practice multiple choice and sentence. Now, take one full IELTS reading. Next, last, review mistakes, highlight difficult question types, and revise vocabulary. And in each single module, give less time to the easy part. In IELTS Cambridge, in IELTS reading test, passage one is easier, right? To comparatively to passage two, and then easiest comparatively to other passage two and three two. Right now, so passage one is easy, if we compare to 2 and 3. So passage 1 should be given a very short time, and that short time means 15 minutes only, not more than that. If you give more, so also not bad, but more, not more than 20 minutes. Next, we are having, day 3. Now in day 3, you can see advanced strategies and accuracy, paraphrasing practice, rewrite IELTS question in your own words. For example, what does that mean? Sometimes students don't understand the exact question, what the question is asking me, right? You read a question and you go on, you just jump to the paragraph, finding out the answer, but you didn't pick the information of the question. So it is also a problem with the student. Understanding the question in each single module is also very important. Like for instance, earlier I was taking interview of one of my student. He is having exam on 15th of March after 2 days. I asked him a question, uh, what kind of fashion children should follow? And he was explaining, when I was a child, I was doing this fashion. I said, come on, the question is regarding common children, society. So if you don't understand a question and don't focus on it, you may answer, but it will be incorrect, right? So for each module, either that is writing, reading, listening, or this one, speaking, whatever. So you have to first understand the question, read it twice, read it thrice, no problem, but you have to understand it. And then understanding question mean, when you read a question, read it within your own mind, in your own native language, try to read it out. And when you read it out, this will be 100% clear that this question is demanding this point from me, and this if will be given in the paragraph, same style. So true, not false, not given, if wrong, opposite, so false, right? So in this strategy you have to do. Next, speed reading exercises. Read a passage in 2 minutes and summarize. And it is possible. Like, like a single paragraph and understanding approach, that means 8 band student will read it quickly in 1 minute, but along with understanding. But if you want only a reading section, like the whole passage, 7 paragraph within 2 minutes and 3 minutes and 4 minutes, right? And also to try, sometimes do it, not every day, sometimes, that you should read the whole passage, 7 paragraphs within only 2 to 3 4 minutes. Because the only problem in reading section, and the most common problem every intellectual student even faces, is that they face the difficulty of doing it on time, right? The time management. So for time management, you should exercise, you should practice, and prepare your mind on the basis of your this to manage your time easily. So read a passage quickly, take a time as reading, test and improve speed. Next, review incorrect answers and identify weak areas again. So for every week, the last day, Sunday, Saturday, will be for the purpose that where am I still lacking? Not by giving up and throwing the book, that I think it's a little boring and I might not improve. Might not improve will be only possible when you don't read this, what we call these other books, BBC or any other books, right? Any BBC. If you are not interested in such kind of politics books, go for your novels book, go for your business book, go for your mind grooming and psychological books, go for other kind of stories book, right? But it must be read. Otherwise, IELTS Cambridge books cannot develop your reading habit and not develop your understanding ability. Yes, a little improvement will be possible, time speed will be possible, that it will be done with IELTS Cambridge books, but unfortunately it cannot develop your understanding ability much more. So for that, you should go for other varieties of book. Now, the last week, 2 full IELTS reading tests under exam condition. Under exam condition is very clear term when 2 weeks are remaining for your exam, or 1 week. That moment, every day you should go for 2 tests. If you need tests, I will share the recent exam. I will share the exam of January, February, and this March, whatever you want me. So I will share the tough exams, right? So in there might be you get only 6 or zero point 0.5 very hardly. But in real exam, you can then get 7 plus easily, right? So for such variety, but you have to first show me the dedication that now I have completed. I'll Cambridge books overall 11 to 19 and 7 to 10 too, right? Now I want to go through 2 tests a day. How can I? So I will share exams and you will go to that. But first strategy is Cambridge. Now, 2 full IELTS reading tests under exam every single day, morning and afternoon. Deep analysis why your answer is wrong. A single answer is wrong. I was having one PhD scholar student, and she was a professor here in an university, Islamabad. And when I was gonna train her, and her single reading test, when one MCQs was gonna to be incorrect, wow, she was going to take approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Why it is incorrect? A single MCQs, and then why it is incorrect? Such paragraph line, but its line is giving this idea why it is this, right? So you should also, sometimes now students might incorrect 15, 20 MCQs and now jumping to another test. You should first get a concept why these are incorrect, right? Now this is called deep analysis. Next time you will not make it incorrect if you understood the way and strategy, like your answer you put this and it was this why. So when you find the answer for your why, this why will not come next time, right? Otherwise this why will until your real exam. Next, practice difficult question types again and again and again. Like heading finding you face difficulty. Recently one student cleared an exam. Wow, he even didn't know that from where he completed his matriculation. 10th class pass student, but he didn't know. He was doing here a business work in vegetable market here in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, but he was unaware of his own graduation, like this much weaker student, but he cleared IELTS UKVA 4.55, this, but very hard work, with very struggle. And he first at initial three, he attempted like 4 times this IELTS exam. First 3 times he couldn't. Fourth time, because he was like from a kind of background where he didn't know that from where I have done my graduation. And the only module at the end was the troublemaker for him was IELTS reading section. But at the end, he cleared the 4th time, and this was his dedication. By doing question again, again, and again, the difficult question became a little easier for him and he cleared it, right? So a difficult question again and again, if you make mistakes, no problem, search it, the answer, the exact location, from any way, from any source, and then if you find it out from the last, you can see answer part, then still you can go for your to find it out, to locate the answer, and then go again to that, right? So this was all your reading strategies, 4 weeks strategy for IELTS preparation. Your 7+ band is easier for all those students who are done with second year class with part 12, right? And with part 12 I mean from any college, from any level, either low level, either good level. If you did a little hard work, right? If you pass yourself with a little hard strategies, you can do it. Everyone can do it. So you have the ability, and I do accept your timetables are also very hectic and very busy routines you are having. I do accept, but take it a little time for it to take it out, so you will later on enjoy and you will get a pleasure of it. So this is all regarding your 4 week activities. Now we go for IELTS book 16. Any of the test here we go for might be fill in the blanks or any question. So let me sort it out. In computer exam, by the way, it will be like in this is you go through computer based preparation on one side, uh, passage, on right side your question. So paper a little easier than paper based, and this way. Just try to any single question, understand the strategy, what the strategy has been used. The words were synonyms, or any other strategy was used, either any extra word was used. Because of that, my answer was not true or false or not given. So this will also help you. Test for Roman tunnels. Here we can see a little unclear. So let me try to make it clear. 1 minute. I think it will be unclear. So I have shared the book also within your groups. If for somebody is a little unclear, you can also open over there, page number 82, and that is Romans tunnels. The Romans, who once controlled area of Europe, North Africa, Asia Minor, adopted the construction techniques of other civilizations to build tunnels in their territories. Now, this passage is all about tunnel making techniques, right? Directly try to pick the information and remember or write it down direct on the piece of paper that this is tunnel making process. And then when the first paragraph, the skimming scanning technique means to not read the whole passage. If you read till here, what else? What about the other passages, right? This is first passage. And what about second and third? For IELTS academic, a little challenge, right? Now, for first two paragraphs, you read, understand the idea, a little concept, just also try to the real exam. Till the real exam, when you read it once, you should be clear with the concept, the idea, not twice tries. At here in real sorry, in the practice time period, if you read it thrice, no problem. Three time, four time, no problem, but try to incline the position. This will call scamming, scamming sorry skimming and scanning. Now, the Persians who lived in present day Iran were one of the first civilization to build tunnels that provided a reliable supply of water to human settlement and dry areas. Now, who was that? Who that was a Persian. And what he did, the first Persian civilization who built a tunnel and he gave the supply of water. So the main words you have to highlight it down directly in the computer based exam: supply of water, first person Persian, Iran, and just dry areas. These three words in the first sentence. So again, now directly if you try from understanding from here to here, it's impossible. Try to understand a single sentence and split it. Split it means to just understand first this part, then this part, and this part until full stop. Compare the whole meaning and give it just underline or highlight the main point, right? So first two paragraph you have to read it like in this way, and then you have to directly jump to the question section. Like what is my first kind of question? So we see for that, and that is one word only from the passage for each. Now the Persian cannot method is quite easy. This kind of diagram, if will be given to you in a rare situation, it also comes in your question. Fill in the blanks variety of question. Now it's quite easy. How it's easy that this only asks you the names. The names will be mentioned here in the passage paragraph, and you have to find it out the extra information here. So first of all, you have to look for the Persian cannot method, that where this term has been used in which paragraph, and then directly you have to jump for the concept tunneling, to direct the tunneling. So what to direct the tunneling? So first the Persian cannot method, and then you have to look for the next. The Persian cannot method is your first target. Now let's see, find it out. Hurry up, the Persian cannot method. If you can see here,
It's the third line.
first line,
Third.
third line. Yeah,
Then
1 minute.
introduce the cannot.
Yeah, exactly. They introduced the Canet method of tunnel construction. Now, for those students, sorry, for some students, they might object like, if unclear, try to open the books in your own mobile phone or devices. Yes, what the concept you are getting from here. Now, the concern is the point we got it, the third line, the Kenneth method of tunnel construction. Now we reach for the option again, and here is the Persian Kenneth method. So first blank is to direct the tunneling. To direct the tunneling what? Now we see, to direct the tunneling concept, just read it if you can get it easily. Hurry up. To direct the tunneling what?
Placing post over the hill in a straight line. It's the fourth line.
Or what the words you use?
Post.
Which consisted of placing
Placing
posts
post.
over a hill in a straight line. You mean post, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Let me check. Post to direct the tunneling. To direct means straight. 1 minute. To slow it. Yeah, to direct means to straight it down, and the person can to direct the tunneling. Now we see. To placing post or to direct post over a hill in a straight line to ensure that the tunnel kept to its route, and then digging vertical shafts. Now, next question will be regarding vertical, which consisted of placing posts, which consisted of placing posts. And here the question is, the person cannot met it, that blank to direct the tunneling, to direct the tunneling. So at here, the word post comes correct. You're right. Could you like to explain why you use the word post, Dalan?
Because I think that to direct is like a synonym of a place to
Hmm.
place something. So
Hmm.
placing the pot, and it is said that
Good,
over a
good.
straight line, so it should
Yeah.
be something to pot
Yes,
and
yes. To
at
direct
the
or placing, this one and the same thing. So posting or directing, sorry, placing or directing the post, one in the same thing. If they would have written to direct, so definitely we would have observed, but now to place is also the same thing. So post is at here, the fill in the blank. Now next is water runs into a blank used by local people. I think I read it. So let's see how water runs. In the next, it will become in sequence. Yes, anyone? Yeah, here you can see it allowed water to flow. Now the
oh
question
yeah,
is, yeah, the question is, water runs into a blank. So inside something, and
mhm,
what is that inside that pipe, or what's that? Water to flow from the top of a hillside from mountain down towards a canal.
canal.
Yeah, which supply water for human use. So inside the canal, it comes from the hillside towards a canal. So inside a canal or towards a canal, that's the same thing, one and the same thing. So here again, your option
Mhm,
is canal,
mhm,
right? So in the first MCQs,
mhm.
first paragraph, you got two options. So yeah, at here, the option, the idea you got that for direct word, IELTS vocabulary word can be used to place, right? Either that is in the diagram, either that is in the any other MCQs, listening or reading, right? So this will be, and another else word. This where I was just going through past essays today for some students. The mitigate words is used a lot in IELTS in reading book 13, 12, and here today we saw in some essays mitigate means to reduce, to decrease, to decline, right? So such kind of words you have to face, and this is the strategy. Actually, you have to call it IELTS reading vocab or IELTS exam vocabulary. Now, vertical shaft to remove earth and far. To remove earth and far. Vertical shaft, something to remove earth. To remove earth and for what reason? So to remove, we have to search it for to remove. At here, there is no removing point.
It's
The
from the
tunnels were constructed with vertical
17th.
shafts.
No, 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 not this. A little more. This no, this is
It's like
constructed with vertical shaft. We have to
it's
look for the removing point. What's to be removed? Remove earth and for what
before
reason?
was taken up to the surface using the shaft.
No, no.
It's not this one.
Remove
Doug,
earth
sir,
for
Doug
what
was
reason?
right. Doug at
No.
the inverter between
Ah,
30 and 60.
To remove earth
At
for what?
the vertical shafts
देखिए,
dug at
guys, when you now again one easy technique. When you find out one word and it seemed to you that it might be
or
correct. Now you said vertical. If you use sorry, duck for duck. What is duck? So what that meaning it will convey? So you have to look for the meaning as well when you put here an MCQs. For what reason? They are saying that to remove earth, it will be for any benefit. What is the benefit? Or what is that purpose of removing that?
Oh, mhm.
I think not here. What do you think?
Um,
You can search in the previous paragraphs, but I couldn't find.
Sir, for their roads using the
No. The question was they remove earth for. This is something else. Actually, the fonts are a little unclear. I don't know why. If the time's up, try to do this part, test number 4, book 16, also by own. And if the answer was incorrect, search it by yourself again. So why it is like this? Because in these two paragraph, I couldn't find it out. Again, I'm searching, but I couldn't find it out. So you have to also look for it.
yeah, sure.
सर ये
For
डेप्थ वाला लिखा नहीं हुआ measure the depth of the earth सर पीछे सेकंड पैराग्राफ
Yes,
में
yes.
सर सेकंड पैराग्राफ की लास्ट में से थर्ड लाइन देखें
yes, perfect.
plumb lines were also used to measure the depth of the shaft and to determine
The
the
slope of the
slope of the
no,
tunnel
no.